Hey guys, hello. Today I want to talk about something really important for the Soul RNG community and the balances in general because the game is really unbalanced at the moment. There are a lot of inflations, for example, since we are getting higher and higher, for example, let's say Celestials. It's going to be really hard to craft them because we keep using the lucky potions really excessively, so you don't even have that much to craft it. So this is one of the biggest problems. It's just an example of the many problems that are happening, especially with the Halloween update. So this is going to be the first thing, which is inflation. I think the way we can fix this is by making new ways of getting the lucky potions. For example, we had that sand basket. I don't know. It's called sandbox. Yep. It used to give us a lot of lucky potions, but now I think after they remove it, it's really hard to get lucky potions. And by the way, I'm just talking about the Celestials itself. I have almost 50 of these, and I don't know how I'm going to get the lucky potions to craft them. Yeah, it's getting so much hard to craft these because you can't get enough lucky potions. And the only way by getting them, by the way, is probably from these Robux packs. So yeah, the game is kind of pay to win. Well, it's not generally this. Yeah, this doesn't give lucky potions, but there are. Wait, it got. Yeah, it does. I'm so smart. Yeah, so it does give lucky potions, and you have one either these or these. So yeah, this is one of the easiest way because you just pay money to get the lucky potions and craft. Also, the Halloween potions doesn't help with that, but also, yeah, we can't say that second problem is the game being pay to win, but the devs clearly said they're going to fix that and they're going to make these free to get. So this is a good thing. This is one thing that is evolving, but it was a problem. But now I'm sure since it's going to be free, they're only going to make one of each type free. So, for example, we can get only 2 Oblivions. There is no way we're going to be able to get 3 of these. The second thing, all right, this is one of these things. So we mentioned the lucky potions. They have to find a way to fix it. I want to say, for example, instead of just making lucky potions use 2 Celestials, we can make them use, for example, 4 Celestials, and it gives more luck. For example, 4 Celestials and give, for example, 250,000 luck. I know it's kind of a nerf, but for example, you can use much less lucky potions. For example, 250, you can use 300 for 4 Celestials, and it gives 250,000 luck. I'm sure that's more balanced in some way. Maybe it's not balanced because you'll not be able to craft too much of them. But also, don't forget, we are unable to craft one of these to craft these potions. So I'm unsure how to make it. Maybe they can nerf the amount of lucky motions that are needed for godlike potions because 600 is too much, too much, bro. There's no way you can craft these and still have lucky potions, bro. Okay, so I've talked about the lucky potion inflation. Now let's go to the Halloween update. So, if you didn't know, there's 3 biomes and each of them have so many globals that are really hard to get. So, and of course, we all know the blood. Let's look one by one. So we have the graveyard, the pumpkin moon, and the blood rain. I believe the pumpkin has almost. I don't know how much exactly, but it takes so much. I mean, like, it has so many globals, and it's really hard to get them without actually saving so much potions. And don't forget that we have globals in each biome, so there is absolutely no way you can actually be able to pull each global off from each of these biomes because it's really inconsistent. So you either pop on one of these biomes, and hopefully you are able to get one of the many globals that they have in each of these biomes. So I don't know what to exactly think about this. So there are many globals that are hard to get. I mean, it makes sense, but I you're going to be really confused in which biome you want to really pop because there are just too many globals and you can't keep up with each one of them and try to get them. So I mean that's why everyone wants to pop in Blood Rain because it has two 1 billion plus auras. So yeah, everyone wants the rarest aura, so they pop there. And also there are also global that is 700, I think 780 million something. So yeah, you have many globals there, and they're pretty unique, and they have really nice cutscenes. So most of people pop there. But what about the other biomes? How are we going to get these new globals? So it's kind of a weird situation where you are forced to get one of these auras, and it's your choice. You either get the one in Blood Rain or Graveyard or Pumpkin, and hopefully you get them at the first point, you know. The third thing I want to talk about is this thing. This thing. This thing is so unfair, by the way. You keep getting RNG stuff. The hardest thing is for sure, obviously, it's going to be the 1 million plus. The problem is it's not the same aura for every person. So for example, I got lucky today. I just need to roll Arcane, so I rolled it really quick. But someone needs to roll Helios. Yesterday I got Helios and the quest of rolling Helios, and I didn't do it. I wasn't able to pull it off, which is really, really annoying. And imagine, and the point of it being in the game in the first place, like why do you need to roll rare aura to get points? I mean, it's impossible for the new people. For example, imagine someone who's just started the game. How are they going to get a 1 million plus? I don't get it. So let's just make it more fair and, for example, have it in a consistent way. For example, special quests, and from these quests you get the points. And for example, things that everyone can do. For example, boss fights. Anyone can go to boss fight and kill the boss. And even zero rolls can go to the boss or just fish there. Fishing is really simple. Even new player can start fishing. So I don't get the point of this thing. I don't really get the point. It's just for those people who are really lucky. By the way, I have max gloves, as you can see. I used Dark Shader Ways for max luck for that quest, but I still wasn't able to roll Helios or Origin. I got both quests and I wasn't able to get it. And that's a waste of 2,500 points on the start of the event, which is really unlucky. So yeah, that's one of these problems. Also, I'm gonna talk about the new biomes for sure. There is something really, really, really annoying that is happening. And that is the fact these quests, yeah. So, for example, let's say you get Hell biome. If you get Hell biome, you can easily, I got Null biome. Oh. Anyways, let's forget about Null biome. For example, we said we want to get 100,000 plus in Hell biome. The Hell biome is in this update is going to vanish. What do I mean by that? That the new biomes override the normal biomes. For example, you get Hell biome, it's going to get there are high chance that it's going to get overridden by either Pumpkin Moon or Graveyard, which really, really sucks if you don't know, because you won't be able to roll 100,000 that fast, except if you're going to pull. And by the way, it needs to be rateful, so that's an extra thing that's going to make it really hard. And also, and other than that, it's going to get overridden, and you won't even have enough time, and Hell biome is going to vanish. So you need to join another Hell biome, and of course, it's going to take a lot of time, and of course, it's going to be gone mostly, and the cycle repeats itself. And one extra thing that is really sad is that you can't use the biorandomizer and strange controller in Graveyard Pumpkin Moon. You can't use them for some reason, and they they last for the. Of course, I mean, I'm talking about the Graveyard and Pumpkin Moon. They last for the whole nighttime, so you can only change biomes at daytime, and they probably gonna change at nighttime. So you only have, for example, have 2 minutes instead of 10 minutes of the biome. For example, Hell, Sandstone, which really sucks. Another point that is really, I mean, it's the last point I want to talk about is there are a lot of things that are unbalanced. I mean, the first day I got pumpkin blood, the potion that's I don't know, it's called pumpkin blood, the one that gives 700,000 plus luck. Yeah, this the thing that looks this thing. Let me show you. Yeah, I got this in shop. Do you know how much does that cost? That costs either 5 million coins or 100,000 dark points for one potion. This thing is extremely unbalanced. So it's just no one's gonna buy it. There's no way someone's gonna buy it. By the way, if you didn't know, the max amount of coins you can save is 5 million. So yeah, you have to save 5 million at the max limit just to buy that thing and have your coins back to zero, or you have to somehow save 100,000 dark points. I mean, good luck doing that, and just don't buy it. It's not worth it. And the price 100,000 itself is not balanced because the potion. For example, let's compare this potion with Oblivion in the daily shop. Oblivion costs 60,000. Let's forget about the coins because no one is gonna buy it with the coins. If you're gonna buy it, you're gonna buy it with dark points. So Oblivion costs 60,000 dark points, okay, and it gives 600,000 luck plus the special auras, Memory and Oblivion. This potion is 700,000 luck, so it's only 100,000 plus, and it doesn't have the special auras, Memory and Oblivion. So it should be the same cost as Oblivion, right? No, it's 40,000 more. So it's 100,000 for just 100,000 luck extra than Oblivion. I mean, that's extremely unbalanced. I mean, this is the only item I've seen. I'm sure there are other items. I'm not sure what they are yet. I didn't get them. I only get medals. Medals are good. Yeah, one dark point equals one of these. That's really a great deal, to be honest. I can't blame them, but there are some other stuff that are really unbalanced. So hopefully they fix that. Last point, now surely the last point, is the fact that you don't get mutations, or don't get this. No, not this. You get, for example, let's say, yeah, these things. You don't get them from the special biomes. You say, what's the big deal in that? When I tell you your dark points normal amount is going, I mean, like the change or the amount you're going to usually get is going to decrease dramatically because these biomes, first of all, they override your normal biomes. So, for example, let's say you had corruption biome. Of course, if you don't know, you keep getting corruptine, which is the material from corruption. Keep getting it normally. For example, I think every 2 minutes you get one of this, or every minute you get the corruptine from corruption. Now, since it's overrided, which is, for example, let's say you spawned it immediately at daytime, and then of course it's going to get overrided most of the time at nighttime, so you only last 2 minutes. So you wasted 8 of these corruptine that could have been, of course, doubled with the VIP plus, but let's forget about it. So instead of getting 10, which is the normal, without getting overrided, you're only going to get 2, which is, yeah, you get it, four of the fifth of the amount you could have gotten just because of these biomes. And of course, you're not going to get anything that is crucial from these biomes, which really sucks. So you're wasting a huge potential of your dark points because of these biomes, and you can't do anything about it because it keeps overriding. So yeah, I'm sure there are much stuff I want to talk about more, but these are the biggest issues right now I'm facing. I hope the devs fix it. And yeah, that's the only thing. Sure, if they fix it these first, the game gonna be much better and much more fair for new players. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, guys.